Welcome back to the Intersint podcast, and I think one of us needs to find Jim Carrey because this is episode number 23.
I don't understand that reference.
I knew right away that you weren't going to understand it at all. Jim Carrey has a movie called The Number 23.
Oh. Maybe I'll put it down on my list to watch.
I don't remember that being was it good? I don't know. I remember this, it was like one of his more serious roles. And like trying to branch out, trying to be like serious and not Mr. Funny Guy.
Interesting.
I think it was good. I think every comedian or comedic actor always has that phase of like, hey, let's be serious for a role.
Yeah, I just can't. Like, I guess it's like rare, or it's not like that. What am I trying to say? Like, it's not.
I don't know.
It's not. Like I feel like it doesn't really like work out all the time.
Oh no, not at all. It's one of those things. I think it's one of those they want to prove themselves as not being just a comedy actor. So they're like, oh, we're gonna be serious and prove that we can act. And sometimes it's like, you can't act.
You can't.
Stick to the ha-has. Which is weird too, because like Ryan Reynolds, he has, what movie was that? The Amityville Horror.
Okay.
And he's really good in that movie, like being very serious, no jokes.
Huh.
And he's very good, but it's like, I guess he's just more comfortable just being that one persona he always plays now.
I guess, yeah.
But how have you been?
Good, I guess. Nothing too exciting.
Same thing every week.
Hey, there's work, and then I just come home, and then that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's life for everyone nowadays.
I guess Blink-182 had it right.
What? Oh, with the... Wait, what are you referencing?
Like, all their songs are more pertaining to like how fun childhood used to be.
Yeah.
When you listen back to it when you're older.
But then again, though, it's like, we just didn't have as much responsibility back then.
Exactly. And that's what they sing about. Let's go back to where capitalism started and prevent it from happening.
There you go.
What time period would you want to travel to if you could?
I think about this a lot. Like, if I could go back to any time period, where would I want to go?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really hard because my immediate answer is always, I want to go back to when they were building the pyramids. I want to see how that was done.
Prove all the conspiracy theorists wrong.
I know, like, just what was your technique? How did you do it? And then I want to go, like, even farther, like, meeting Nikola Tesla. I would love to meet that guy because...
How did you say his name?
Nikola? Well, yeah. Nikola Tesla.
You sounded like it's a woman's name, Nicola.
Nikola Tesla.
You're bad with words and you're bad with names.
I've been slowly declining to where I'm going to be like a rock
Are
soon.
you declining or are you at the point where you just don't care?
Ow, I just hit my elbow. Probably both.
I could see it being both.
I think the whole social media thing has rotted our brains even more.
Probably.
There's points where I'm like trying to spell a word now and I just
give up.
I do. I'm like, I can't. I have to go to Google and type in what I think is how I oh my God. How you think you spell it. I can't even finish the sentence. And then Google's like, do you mean this word? I'm like, I think that looks right now.
I just don't care anymore. If you understand it, you understand it. And if you don't, that's a you problem. Skill issue.
And then I'm learning, this is really off topic, or not really, it's on topic, but it's random. If you were to spell the word canceled, how many L's are you putting in that word?
2?
That was my thought too. I saw a document at work and it was 1 L and like staring at this word for probably 10 minutes. I'm like, that doesn't look right. I think there needs to be 2 L's. So I did some research. It's both.
One is British and one is American.
Right. And your answer, the 2, I thought 2. I asked a few other people. They said 2. 2 is the British way.
Yeah.
And 1 is the American way. And I'm like, 1 looks so wrong.
As America would like to be.
And then like, that's the same with gray, how you can spell with an A or an E. And it's the same word. It's like, can we come together and like unify these words that have one distinct spelling of them?
That and then adding like the U to like flavor and color.
I hate the U.
I have a few Canadian friends who would think that you are crazy and wrong.
The U adds nothing to the word. You're just adding length. That's all you're doing.
I mean, you're not wrong.
We don't need the words to be any longer. Cut it back. Did you remember? You might not have heard about this. This was a long time ago where they wanted to try to. Oh, I just hit my hand on my desk.
What are you doing?
The universe is out to kill me today. Jeez.
Just don't go outside today. You'll
I
be safe.
know. This is why I need to just get a bubble and just live in it. 'Cause, they were trying to change the words.
The words?
Just words in general to be spelled the way that they sound. So knife would be like NYF.
I feel like this is a meme thing.
No, it was legitimate. Like they were proposing it. I don't know who it was, like who the they is, but people were trying to push for like because with knife, the silent K is not needed.
I mean, I guess with meme man, it kind of became true.
Oh yeah, that is true. Like now everyone has to learn how to respell everything, but then again, our words are so complicated.
That, and it's like, I feel like new words are being invented every day, so it's not going to be like that huge of an issue.
Exactly. Like the word restaurant, I never know where the AU goes.
I sound it out. Like I was like you in the same boat of like never knowing how to spell it, but then I was just like, I'm going to ingrain this in my head, so I like just sound it out.
Well, so is the AU, so it's after the T is the AU, or is it
AURANT.
See, there you go. I always do ARAUNT because I think that's where the AU goes. I'm like, again, we don't need that U. Get rid of it.
I think for me, it's like it ends in rant.
Ah, that's a good way to think about it. I like that.
And I'm like, I rant.
Just like with Bruce Almighty. Anytime I need to spell the word beautiful, I do BEA beautiful because that's how he says it in the movie. That has been ingrained in my brain since I was a kid, and now I cannot spell that word without doing that. That's how we should just come up with like jokes and rhymes for all the words.
Isn't that what memes are?
That is true.
Just reinventing memes.
Meme 2.0. Let's go. Like now that rant at the end of restaurant, that I will now forever remember that. So
yay!
now I know where the AU goes.
Knowledge.
I think we can agree that the silent K is just bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Like who looked at a word and was like knowledge? That's what made me think of it too. Who looked at that and was like, you know what this needs is a K in front. Why?
I guess. Yeah. Like I'm trying to think of like silent letters, like if you drop them, if it would change the meaning. Because like with knowledge, if you drop the silent K, it becomes knowledge.
But no, like null is NULL. It's not KNOW. That's no, which is NO.
English.
I absolutely hate it.
I
so
feel bad
much
for people who have to learn English.
I do too. Like we can barely speak it. We don't even know half the words.
we just fake it till we make it.
Exactly. That's what, anytime I talk to someone who like it's their second language and they make a spelling mistake or they like mess up on a word completely, I'm like, I get it. I completely understand why you think it's that way.
So we're not going to abandon the time traveling thing.
Oh yeah. I forgot that's what we were talking about.
let's go back to that.
Yeah, Nikola Tesla. I would love to meet him. Just because of all of his inventions and probably all the inventions lost to time that maybe people destroyed.
There you go.
I would love to see what those were. What else? Like anything that's mystery related.
Ooh, yeah.
I would love to go back in time to just see, you know?
Yeah. For me, it'd kind of be hard just because I'm not white. And so if I were to travel to these places...
You're very limited on the amount of places you can actually go.
I mean, I would just have to explain myself.
That is true. You could, yeah.
Because I would love to see, like, the early Americas and, like, even, like, the colonies, like Roanoke and even all that, like, just see what happened.
Again, yeah, the mysteries, like, what happened to these people?
And then even just, like, before civilization even happened, like, seeing all that. Like the beginning of the growth of it.
The Jurassic period would be awesome.
Ooh.
Seeing all those dinosaurs running around. But also a big caveat to that, you'd have to be able to time travel, but also be able like with time travel comes being able to understand the languages.
True.
Because I feel like a lot of the languages we have today are just
didn't exist back then.
Yeah, like today we have a more refined version of what they had back then.
Would it be more refined?
It like things getting simplified and compressed into.
But would that be refined? We have words like skibbity now.
Fair point. I give you that. Because like Old English, people always talk about, oh, I would love to go back in time and see like old America
English.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Old English, you would not be able to understand.
No.
So it was a completely different language
right.
from what it is today. And it's just something I'd never really thought about either. Language sucks.
This world sucks.
I was thinking, like, the one thing I think about a lot is learning about the old, like, trade routes and how they would just ship a whole bunch of shit to another part of the country or world.
Mm-hmm.
How did they communicate? You know?
Before radio?
Yeah, just... So the Indian... What was that? What's that company? The Indian Tea...
East Indian...
Tea Company
trading,
or something?
Whatever. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Imagine they go to Germany. I don't know. How did those two groups of people communicate with each other for the trade?
I would assume letters. Because it would take days to receive, but that's how people communicated back then.
But how would you know the language?
I feel like people would have dedicated some of their careers to like learning both languages to have that job.
Oh, that was someone's job to just... What do you do for a living? I speak German. You just have like different groups of people like, okay, we need German, we need French, and we need Italian. Come on, let's go. We need all of you.
Hey, you take this one, I'll take this one. Let's go.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like it's like a group of people who got together, picked their languages, and they're like, you forgot to read chapter 6. Why aren't you caught up? Come on, run a schedule.
Translate. So one thing, speaking of the world, Moo Deng is taking over the world.
Who is Moo Deng?
You don't know who Moo Deng is?
No.
Oh my good golly goodness. Moo Deng is a new baby pygmy hippo that is taking over the world.
Pygmy hippo.
You need to... I sent the videos out. You need to look at this thing.
Aww.
Is that not the cutest thing you have ever seen in your life?
It's like a little baby. I'm scrolling down this article. There's a Sephora ad from Thailand, and it's titled "How to Wear Your Blush Like a Baby Hippo." And it's so cute. I want one.
Now, with it being pygmy, it has to be that size forever, right?
I would assume so, yeah. Or I wouldn't imagine it growing as big as a normal hippo.
Oh, true. So yeah, I mean, this little baby has taken over the world, social media.
I feel like every year there's a baby animal or a animal that takes over social media. Because remember back in 2020, it was that giraffe.
No.
April.
No.
April the giraffe who had to like give birth.
No. What?
You didn't hear about this?
No. Oh, wait. This was that whole thing where the entire world was watching the live stream, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I do remember this.
Oh, no, she died.
Oh, really?
3 years ago. Oh.
Wait, the mom or the baby?
The mom.
Oh. Well, I mean, yeah, that happens. That is life.
As the Lion King has taught us.
Svenja. What did they say in that song?
I don't know. Something in Swahili.
I was going to say, I think it's another language, but I just make noises to make it sound close to what they're saying.
No, but then like going off that, it was the stingray that people thought was not bisexual. What's the term for having both male and female parts?
Hermaphrodite?
Yeah, because like she was pregnant but had no mate.
Oh. How do they know that though? Are they watching this thing nonstop?
Ultrasounds?
No, how do they know that no mate?
I think it was because it was in a zoo or something.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. If it was in the wild, it's like, wow, where's your husband? I don't. I don't know. I don't see anything, so you must have done this on your own.
But Charlotte, that stingray, has also died because she had a rare reproductive disease, which is why she was pregnant.
Oh.
Poor animals.
Could you imagine if humans had both parts? Like, imagine, like, for the girl, it was like the penis is below, and then for the guy, the penis is above. So then you guys connect into each other like light sockets.
What the fuck?
And that's how you make a baby.
I would like for you to teach a reproductive health class. Just go in and scare all the kids.
Or I guess they wouldn't have to be. I guess if they were both on the bottom or both on the top, you just turn around on one person and then you can make it fit.
Make it fit.
What would you do if you had both pieces?
Pieces. Never step foot outside of my house because I will be laughed at. Now, if it was normalized, could you imagine if that was normalized?
That'd be odd. Like, why would you need both?
Pick one. Shirts or skins, let's go.
It's like, wait, what do you say?
Shirts or skins?
That's what I thought I heard, but I wasn't 100% sure on that. Yeah, it's like, would the male part just be for like the peeing and the reproduction, and then the female one is 100% only for the reproduction part?
Oh, could you imagine the pain with that? Having periods every month and then having the male parts that get beat up all the time. You know what I would really want to do? I want you to try that simulator.
The birthing one?
That and the period pain one.
Which I think, aren't those just the stem pack things that you, like, they're just sticky things you put on your belly and then it's electricity?
Yeah.
I have one of those.
Why?
Medical. Whenever I got into a car accident.
Oh.
I got one of those, yeah. But with the baby not octopus. With the baby hippo, it's, if you could have any animal as a pet, what would you love to have?
You know, back in middle school, people were obsessed with capybaras.
People are still obsessed. I would love to have a capybara and like just have you ever seen the picture of the capybaras in a hot tub?
Maybe.
Okay, sorry, not technically a hot tub, it's a hot spring.
Oh, yeah.
Look at how relaxed that is. That's just...
Aww.
The one down below is like almost falling asleep.
But I've always seen like TikToks of like people having like wild cats as pets.
Like tigers and...
like panthers and like leopards and cheetahs. And I'm like, I sort of want one.
Of course you do. You want to pet a whale shark. You want a tiger. Isn't it common in Saudi Arabia or something to have cheetahs?
Domesticated, I think, but like only like very wealthy people.
Right, yeah. I don't think a normal person's affording a cheetah.
I feel like the royals would.
Okay. That's just
insane.
I could not imagine you're like, hey, Mike, let's hang out. And I come over and there's a damn tiger just laying in the middle of your floor.
This is Roger. He's happy to meet you. You can show him the world.
He shows his teeth and you just get out a giant spray bottle and like, pss, pss, pss. Bad.
He's protective.
This is what was it? What was that show we watched? The Lion King? No, not The Lion King. That's a movie. Tiger King.
Yes.
That's pretty much what you're turning into, like with that. Why do you want a big cat?
I like cats. Have you seen them when they're babies?
Yes, but that is different.
They're so cute.
When the paw is the size of your head.
So, I have protection with that then.
Yeah, what, a steel suit that you have to get in every time you want to go talk to it?
No, I just meant on attacking people.
Oh. Yeah, until it like wants you as a snack.
It will never want me as a snack.
Because I am the owner.
I will take care of it. Because I will Hey, if I take care of it since it's a baby, it'll think of me as its mother and never attack me.
Oh yeah, that's what everyone thinks until they're then dead.
Until they do. I mean, either that or like one of those, like a caracal would be really cool to have.
Oh, what did you just say?
A caracal?
Oh, that's so cool. I mean, that's smaller than a tiger, yes, but
but a cat.
it's still a deadly cat.
Or a red panda would be cool to have.
Oh, yes. I would absolutely love to have a red panda.
I'm looking up like cool animals to have as pets. There's a degu that looks so adorable.
Oh, that is not the creature I was expecting whenever I put that up. It's a little mouse.
Yeah.
It's like a chinchilla mouse.
There's an article that says unusual pets that are legal to own.
Oh, you do not need to read that one because you're about to buy a pet.
Capybara is legal.
I heard about that.
Exotic pet laws in the U.S.
Ever since I was a little kid, I always wanted a capuchin.
The monkey?
Yeah, like what they have on Friends. I always wanted.
For someone who has not seen an episode of Friends, I'm surprised you know about that.
For some reason, I've seen episodes.
Oh, really?
It's one of those things of I've seen an episode here and there across several seasons. I don't know which seasons I've seen, which ones I haven't seen.
Oh, okay.
I've never watched a full season of Friends.
I've seen the show 4 times.
Oh, you're pulling like The Office numbers. Do you remember back when The Office was on Netflix?
Yeah.
The good days.
I was going to say the same thing.
There were times whenever I finished The Office, last episode, and then once that last episode
restarted
was finished, episode 1, I start back over.
I saw a thing this morning of Australia is doing their own version of The Office on Amazon Prime Video.
I heard about this too, yes.
And everybody is pissed out of their minds.
I don't know why.
For the right reason, too. I mean, I get it. Leave good enough alone. At the same time, it's like they're not establishing themselves as a remake of a remake.
Yeah, and it's not like this is the first time it's happened.
Right.
Whenever it blew up in the US, Japan had their own version.
Yeah.
A few other countries had their own versions too going.
I feel like a lot of people just don't really realize that The Office, the American version, is a remake of the UK version.
Exactly. It's like, like you saying, like, leave all enough alone. Yeah, the US version shouldn't have existed because we have the British version.
Watch that one. But I was looking at the comments, and it's like, one of the comments was like, the ray gun of US TV.
Is Australia always going to be associated with her?
Probably.
I want to see where she goes with that more. I say lean into it. Go with it more.
Go with it, yeah.
Go into the negativity and just make something amazing happen because you can.
I feel like it's once you have that really good idea, it'll be really easy to flip it over.
It's like with Rebecca Black.
Oh, yeah.
She took that terrible song and just
ran with it
until it couldn't be used anymore.
I mean, same with the Cash Me Outside girl.
Oh, yeah.
She was so hated on, but I think she's still hated on. She still is to an extent, but she has used that to her advantage and like is now wealthy, if not like anything. She's like a celebrity now.
Yeah. Which, speaking of the Hawk Toy girl, she has a podcast now.
She does, yeah.
And it's the 3rd highest listened to podcast in the world.
Jeez.
So I'm like, that's what we were talking about. Take your 15 minutes and run with it and get something else going. Like,
just have a list of projects on you, like, for the time that, say, luck like that does hit.
And just be ready to pull the trigger. Once that 15 minutes is over, you lost your window. So she made sure to hit everything she needed to right away. Also, my animal that I would love to have, aside from a capuchin, is a slow loris.
That I don't know how to feel about that. It looks like 2 iPhone cameras on a face. I mean, it's very cute. Don't get me wrong. It's very cute. I just don't know how to feel it with that living in my home.
Yeah, plus they're venomous, and that's a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Why are cute things venomous? You don't need it.
Why friendship if not friend?
But aside from all that, this has been something I've been sitting on for weeks.
Oh, okay.
I've been forgetting to bring it up over and over and over again because by the time we're done recording an episode, I look at my phone and I see the note of the things I wanted to add. Like, damn it! Another week I forgot to talk about this. Someone invented a new avocado.
I mean, it's nothing new that fruits are being invented, but that's interesting.
First of all, it's about the size of your head.
A head?
Yeah. So already massive.
I wonder how much that would weigh.
Oh, I didn't even. Oh, could you imagine if they sold it by the weight?
Oh.
You would be screwed checking out this.
Like just, you only need one shopping cart for one avocado.
Well, it says that. Oh, wait. Hold on. I got to do math because this is metric. So on average, they weigh about 1.5 to 2 pounds.
Pounds?
Pounds, yeah. With the bigger ones going for about 2.5, slightly over 2.5 pounds.
Ugh.
That's big for an avocado.
I guess for an avocado lover, that's the cosmic crisp of avocados.
That's the first thing I was thinking of. Like, whenever I heard about this, I'm like, oh, this is like the cosmic crisp. We got a new drop coming. So apparently they are extremely like buttery.
Ooh.
They don't oxidize when you cut them. So you can leave it out and cut and it's not going to brown on you.
I would want that. Honestly, I want to try that.
I cannot wait for this to hit the shelves.
I feel like this is only going to be local to Australia until they like figure out how to like export it to other countries though.
With it being just a random person who made it.
Yeah.
Now you got to figure out scale. You got to figure out how you can keep the fruit coming nonstop for all the people and
keep up with like demand and all that too.
The logistics behind that would be so stressful. Like I just made an avocado. I didn't sign up for all this other stuff.
So they are testing it out to local markets.
Right. And her first batch of like, oh, these are ready to sell sold out immediately. So I really hope something goes with this because
if anything, we can go to Australia and just.
I was thinking that too. Do we have to go to Australia to like talk to this lady and get an avocado?
Just show up at her front door. We're here to get an avocado.
But then again, aside from flavor, because I'm sure it would taste amazing.
Oh yeah.
What do you do with that much avocado? Because looking at the picture of the side by side between normal and the new one, the new one is what, maybe 3 to 4 normal avocados.
I feel like in most Hispanic families, obviously it'd be good.
You'd be making a lot of guacamole.
But as you're saying, it doesn't oxidize, so you could just leave it in the fridge.
Also true. That is a good point.
And just take some as you need for like avocado toast or whatever.
It's like instead of a butter tray, you just have an avocado tray that you just, I need a slice of avocado today.
Say that again?
I was hoping you weren't going to catch on to that because I heard that. I missed a few letters in there.
You fucked up.
I've noticed that listening back to a lot of our recordings that
you mess up a lot of words.
But both of us do. Like, there's words you'll say where you just skip out some of the letters in between the words.
Aw, so nice of you to not call me out on it.
Hey, talking nonstop is hard.
It is. I don't know why I've been yawning so much these past few days.
Because you're older. This is what happens when you reach this age.
Is it? I'm not even 30 yet. I shouldn't be feeling like this.
I feel like that's just the thing is once you hit a certain age, is like your body just starts giving up. It's like, what is energy? We don't know what that
no
is.
More. It's funny because like I've been having to call you in the morning
to wake
certain
me up.
times. Yep.
So we've talked before about how many alarms I have set.
I think that was like in the very early stages of this podcast. Yes.
Yeah. And no, we just talked about it not too long ago, a few episodes back.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I have no concept of time then.
This is the problem too. You always listen to podcasts and like people start repeating themselves on it after like episode 300. You're like, how do you not know you talked about this? We're only on episode 23 and I'm already forgetting everything we've talked about on all the other episodes. So I set so many alarms, but one thing I tend to do is I'll set an alarm for like maybe 5:30 or no, like 5:20. And then what I'll do is whenever that 5:20 alarm goes off, I'm like, do I need to sleep a little bit longer? Yes, I'll set it for 5:30. Turns out that whenever I changed it the other day, I changed the hour time and not the minute time.
Do you not have preset alarms?
I do.
So why are you changing it?
I have a few preset alarms, but then I manually change them to other times that I need them to be changed.
Why?
Because maybe here's my logical thinking. If I have preset alarms for these times, I'm always going to wake up at those times.
Isn't that the point of an alarm? Isn't that the point of an alarm?
If I have a time set
You're
for before,
cursing this thing for doing its job.
No. If I set it for before, so say I want to wake up at 5:20, I have an alarm set for 5:20.
Right.
And then when that alarm goes off, if I'm feeling ambitious that day, I get out of bed at 5:20 and get my day started early because that's the final alarm.
Okay.
But if I wake up at 5:20, I'm like, no, I'm just not feeling it this morning. Then I set it for 5:30 and give myself 10 more minutes.
So then why not?
But if I set it for 5:30, it's always going to be 5:30 that I wake up. And then if I'm not feeling ambitious, I wake up at 5:40 because I set it for 10 minutes later.
So then why not have a 5:15, 5:20, and a 5:30 alarm all set, ready to go?
I do. Did I not? I have a 4:30, a 5, a 5:10, a 5:15, a 5:20, and a 5:25.
And you have all those on.
Yes. Every morning.
So then why are you manually changing anything?
Because I feel ambitious in the morning that I'm going to get up at the 5:25 one. Do I ever get up at 5:25? No. I go back
you
to
don't.
bed
I know you don't. You don't.
I go back to bed until 5:35.
And you have an alarm for that, or do you like manually scroll through it?
Change it to 5:35.
Why?
Because it's...
I'm not understanding this. I'm not understanding your logic.
If I have it for 5:35,
right,
then I'm going to wake up at 5:35.
That's the point, but yes.
And then be like, oh, I need 10 more minutes, and then set it for 5:45 then.
So then why not have a 5:45, for example, preset?
Because then I'm going to wake up and be like, oh, I can sleep 10 more minutes and go to 5:55.
Exactly.
I'm always going to manually change it 10 more minutes from the alarm.
You're fucked up. Because for me, I have like a 4:04, because my brain works like that. If I just do it for 4:10, I'm never going to wake up. It has to be the most obscure time, because I'm like, okay, whatever. I need to get up. So I have like a 4:04, and then a 5:30, 5:35, 5:37, 5:39.
You have way more than I thought you had.
Well, I don't use them. I only use the 4 and the 4:04 because my brain is so used to waking up at those times now.
I wish I had that.
But if I have the 4 o'clock on and I don't feel like I want to get up, I'm like, okay, my 4:04 one is still set. I don't need to worry about it. I can just go back to bed and wake up when the 4:04 one starts beeping. Do you not do that?
No.
Does mine make sense though?
I mean, I feel like you're equally as weird as me with your alarms, but but yes, I think yours kind of makes sense.
Okay.
With me, I know how I work.
You have to manually change it
Yes.
to give yourself time to sleep.
Yes.
Okay. Let's just say that whatever you're doing is working for you, and that
Sometimes.
every now and then I need to call.
There's some flaws in the system, but for the most part, 95% of the time it works.
Yeah.
I've had one of those apps on my phone. I don't know if you've ever seen them. You have to do a test before you can turn off your alarm.
I've heard of the ones where you have to like answer a math problem to turn it off.
Yes. Or it's like, the one I used to use a long time ago was do a math problem or type out 5 countries or this many words or this many fruits, and like to actually make you think.
Mm-hmm.
I would be so angry in the morning with my phone blaring in my face, and it's like, do this math problem. Like, I don't know what you're trying to tell me. Like, I can't comprehend this.
I mean, I guess that's like a plus side on living alone.
Why?
Because if you were with someone else and having that alarm blasting at like 5:30 in the morning when the other person's trying to sleep, and you being dumb enough that you can't answer 5 simple questions, give us a pay. I'll do it.
Well, no, that's the thing. So sleeping next to someone, I get up in like one alarm, and I don't need multiple alarms.
Wow. Okay.
I just saw your brain melt on that one. Because my thinking on that is, I don't want to keep the alarm going off to wake them up if they don't need to be up.
So what you're trying to say, or what I'm gathering from this, is that we need to get you basically Sophia the robot and have her sit next to you at night.
No, because I'll know it's a robot and it doesn't matter.
But it's human-like.
So
it does human things.
it does human things. Is it going to yell at me?
Things. Eventually, yes, it will. It'll have human feelings at some point.
Then I just turn it off.
There's a switch on there somewhere.
Oh man, I reached that. I feel like I'm getting to that age. I understand my parents now, and I hate that.
Yeah.
I yelled at the self-checkout machine yesterday.
The old man yells at cloud. Okay, story time. Explain this.
I'm checking out, and I know you've had to deal with this too. I'm sure it's a common problem we all deal with. I scan the item and I put it in the bag, but the bag folds or something, so I mess with the bag to like even it out so I can put the item exactly where it needs to go.
You open the bag so it like stays upright, so you can put stuff in it.
Yeah, but then when you go to put something in, it falls. So I hit my mic. So whenever it goes and it falls, so you got to readjust the bag to like make sure the item's sitting correctly in there.
Yeah.
When you do that, the machine's like, make sure all items scanned, and I'm like, okay, it always happens. It doesn't matter. So then I do another thing and I put it in and I had to readjust and it's like, please make sure you scan the items before putting them in the bag. I'm like, bitch, I did scan it. This was the item. And the guy, like the self-checkout guy who helps you, he had to have heard me. He like, because by the third one, I'm like, shut up. I'm doing the thing I need to do.
Oh, I wonder what his point of view was.
I was just so furious at this robot telling me that I'm not doing the thing I'm doing.
It always makes me laugh when like people on TikTok post their stuff on like what they're checking out at the self-checkout.
I've never seen this. What is it?
Like, place your squash in the bag. And it's very robotic. It always makes me laugh.
And it always yells at you too.
Mm-hmm.
But then you get like, sometimes they'll say a word to you and it's just like, has like a sassy tone behind it. Of like, why did you change your tone on me on that one?
Excuse me, bitch.
It's one of those things where we always talk about, when the robot takeover happens. I'm like, if this is the best our robots are doing, I'm not that afraid right now.
We have a few years.
Yeah. It's just getting to the point where I feel like every store is just going to have self-checkout, like all self-checkout.
Eventually. Yeah. That's where it's heading.
I'm not going to the store to be an employee.
I mean, technically, you already do that.
I know, and I hate it, but I have to do it.
Then why do you go?
Because there's only 3 people open on the registers, and those lines go all the way back to the store because no one wants to go to self-checkout. So I have to go to self-checkout because I know I can do it faster than they can.
So then I
should be getting paid whenever I do my grocery shopping.
You get like a rebate or like cash back when you shop.
Yeah, really. Oh, for doing self-checkout, here's $5 back or minimum wage.
But then if there are more cashiers, there'll be longer lines.
No, if there's more cashiers, I'll gladly go to a line.
Well, that's because if there's no self-checkout, everybody's going to have to be forced to go into a line.
Yeah.
How is that quicker? Have you seen the lines at Target?
Yeah, okay, good point. Even Trader Joe's, it gets so backed up.
Mm-hmm. And they don't have self-checkout.
They don't, and that's frustrating. Okay, you're true. You're right. Don't be dabbing on me. Also, before we go, I think we should start hoarding our stuff. Panic shopping now because lockdown 2 is coming.
It's not scary, but explain. We've been through this once. We'll do it again. Which, speaking of, I feel like it's already starting because have you seen that from Texas to Maine, like that entire eastern seaboard, like all the dock workers are on strike, so everything's being held there.
Oh yeah.
So basically we have lockdown craze without actually being in lockdown.
That Boeing's now on strike, so
Boeing's been on strike for like ever now.
Which I'm very confused about. So every time I'm driving home, I drive past all the strikers.
Right.
And they're holding the sign and people honk. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, I support you.
Yeah.
But I don't, like, sure, I support you, but I don't honk because that's not doing anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
What does me honking have to do with you negotiating your contract?
I guess it's more like solidarity, I guess.
I get that, but I'm like...
It's more like, hey, a lot of people are supporting us. We shouldn't give in to what...
That's true. That's a good point.
Takes whatever we're getting. We need to, like, fight for our own rights.
Because I had thought, like, because of all their like little outbreaks, I'm like, it'd be like cool to go buy a whole bunch of like tamales or something and just go out there and like start handing out tamales to people. All the
That'd be
strikers.
nice. I mean, especially since it's getting colder now. Buy them all coffee or something.
That'd be cool to like if there's a coffee truck or something that you went and stopped there and had free coffee for people.
Mm-hmm.
If you own a coffee truck in Seattle.
And you want to make your way up to the Boeing factory.
Yeah, good publicity. Oh, and on top of that, the hurricane just went through the East Coast.
Helene?
Yeah.
There's another one after that. I think there's like two.
Oh, boy.
Kind of in.
One of my friends from Alabama,
Mm-hmm.
she was like saying that they're quite terrified if their house is even going to be around whenever they're done.
Oh, jeez.
Luckily, nothing happened. But
Okay, good.
there was towns, I think it was in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I should probably check on my cousin. She's in South Carolina. There are towns in North Carolina that just don't exist anymore. How fucking scary is that?
Yep. Yeah. Because like on the news, I was like, oh yeah, at least 100 people died. I'm like, jeez.
Yeah. And on top of the deaths, just like if you evacuated and then the town was destroyed, you have nowhere to come back to. There's one video I saw pop up on Reddit where the guy was talking and he said that there's like this small, maybe an island or whatnot that's there. All the bridges getting to the island are broken.
Oh, I would imagine.
All the towers are broken. So these people have no way off the island, no electricity, no Wi-Fi, just living in the dark and no cell service. So there's no way to even communicate or anything. And they're just abandoned on this thing right now.
And then not having, because like I feel like at this point, states in that area should at least be prepared.
And with how many years this happens?
Exactly. It happens every year.
I know.
Like you'd think you'd have enough of infrastructure to be prepared for like things like this.
It's like the people who live in Tornado Alley.
Yeah.
In the Midwest, like, you know your house is going to get destroyed. It does every year. So, like, move, first of all, or start building up and, like, being structurally supportive to withstand something like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
But this is all leading to the whole second lockdown.
Oh, yeah. Your lockdown 2.0. Yes.
Which is the Marburg virus has just been transferred over to Germany, which is now the start of what could be a potential second.
Where did it start from, though?
Rwanda. So do you know what the Marburg virus is?
I saw something like Ebola.
It's in the same family as Ebola, yeah.
Okay. Do you remember when that was a craze and it never really happened here?
Yeah, luckily they were able to stop it in time. That's a scary disease.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid, and that was the one that terrified me so much, hearing about
that
it.
and like swine flu. Like I remember back in like when I was in middle school, like swine flu was like a huge thing of like, make sure you don't get it or you will die.
Yeah. But so a guy was working in Rwanda and then flew to Germany.
Right.
And then it was found out he was positive for this. So now they're like in a deep rush of trying to...
I mean, this isn't even the first outbreak of a new virus.
No.
Since COVID.
Oh, no. It's constant now.
Yeah, I feel like every year there's something new that's happening.
This is just becoming our life. Which sucks.
I mean, it does, but at least like we're prepared for it now in a sense.
Are we? Let's be honest.
In terms of like being mindful of where we're going and like putting our hands and like cleaning.
So mindful. So demure.
That's old.
That's more than a month old. We don't talk about that anymore. All right. I think we're good for this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you like this episode, be sure to rate, comment, subscribe. Go follow all of our socials at Intersint Pod. And we will see you next week.
Bye.